Hello everyone and welcome back to APWC. I recently watched Roadhouse and decided to make a review. So, without wasting any time, let's begin.
Ready.
Patrick Swayze's Roadhouse, which released in 1989, is a cult classic. But to be honest, I watched it because Jake Gyllenhaal's Roadhouse was releasing. You see the irony, right? I watched the OG because of the reboot. Wow.
Oh my god! Wow!
Anyways, there are multiple reasons why Roadhouse became a cult classic. The storyline was pretty new, but follows a certain trope towards the second half. The action sequences were good. In fact, the way Patrick portrayed a stoic, calm, composed guy amidst the chaos might have been the highlight. There's some accidental nudity, which I don't know whether it was common in such films back in the 80s, but thankfully they aren't there in the remake, and I'm genuinely happy for that. Apart from Conor McGregor's ass, which obviously was not on my 2024 watch list.
ये सब क्या देखना पड़ रहा है? अच्छा है मैं अंधा हूँ.
Anyways, now that we have addressed the elephant in the room, let's move on to the storyline. An ex-UFC fighter takes up a job as a bouncer at a Florida Keys roadhouse, only to discover that there's more to this than meets the eye. There's a minor change in the story. Apart from that, everything is almost similar to the OG. The inclusion of UFC was something new, and I couldn't have guessed that part because the OG didn't really delve into Dalton's past. Doug Liman, the director who has directed The Bourne Identity, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Edge of Tomorrow, American Made, and many more, knew exactly what he's trying to recreate. Jake Gyllenhaal as Elwood Dalton is in great form. He just elevates the film with his crisp action and stoic personality. But you do occasionally miss Patrick Swayze. Also, the dedication to bulk and build that physique of a UFC fighter is just commendable. Patrick Swayze wasn't that bulky, and that was addressed in the movie as well.
For that line of work, I thought you'd be bigger.
Gee, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, and I thought you'd be bigger. Now you're doing it. Good to see you.
This is a film debut of Conor McGregor, and he did remind me of Saif Ali Khan for some reason. And I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. The neon posters of the remaining cast looks so cool. Daniela Melchior plays the love interest of Dalton, who just like the OG is a dog. But to be honest, Kelly Lynch in the OG was heavenly.
मीना कुमारी के लिए तो मैं सीने पे गोली खाऊंगा छोटे सीने पे.
I did miss Wade Garrett's character, but his absence was never felt in this film. It's already so stacked, what else can you expect? Also, recreating Wade's character would have been a tough job. Verdict. Some might disagree, but I can easily give this film 3 out of 5 stars. Decent remake, tight screenplay, doesn't waver too much from the subject, dabbles in the past of Dalton, which was missing in the OG. The ending fight choreography is brilliant, but the camera angles could have been better. I could somehow sense that they were trying for a one-shot action sequence which would have elevated the entire sequence, but unfortunately they didn't. A missed opportunity, I must say. Anyways, I do completely agree with Anmol's tweet from Tried and Refused Productions. It definitely falls under the genre of so bad yet feels good. It has its flaws, it has its fallacies, but once the movie ends, you don't feel like you have wasted 2 hours, which in my opinion is important. Also, don't miss the post-credit scene of Conor McGregor if you want to see his tushy again. Now it's time for some trivia. there was a sequel to the 1989 OG Roadhouse titled Roadhouse 2, which was released in 2006 in a direct-to-video format, and frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Such a good classic film never deserved a sequel, that too with a new cast. Cash grabbing techniques 101. Next, Amazon and MGM Studios had a merger, and this led to a direct OTT release for Roadhouse. Director Doug Liman and Jake Gyllenhaal, who have worked so hard for the film, expected a theatrical release and openly revolted against the studio's decision for an OTT release. Nowadays, OTT does have a larger reach than theatrical release, and I can understand Amazon's decision, but just like Apple TV Plus, they could have a limited theatrical release. Just saying. Coming to the remake, some of the scenes related to Dalton's past were filmed during the event of UFC 285, which had got leaked and Jake's physique was showcased. This, I think, was the best PR, as those leaks itself had got me hyped up, and maybe that's why I watched it. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Comment on your thoughts on Roadhouse, the OG as well as the remake, and I'll see you guys in the next one. और हाँ, अगर वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो सब्सक्राइब कर देना दोस्तों. मिलते हैं अगली बार. टिल देन, बाय.